Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Today I will start explaining Sabbasava Sutta from Majjhima Nikaya. This is the second sutta in Majjhima Nikaya. Before starting the suttas, I have to explain the title of the sutta. Sabbasava. Sabba means everything or all. Asava means taints or cankers. All taints or all cankers. Actually, the meaning of asava is deeper than taints or canker. We have one simile, like a long time fermented intoxicant or alcohol. So after fermenting very long time, then the liquor become stronger in smell and taste. Similarly, we have the intoxicants of the mind, fermenting very long time. We are used to be with that kind of mind. That's called asava. Now we also have another simile, like a big wave, go up, raise up very high, and go down very low. Similarly, the asava can arise in Brahma. So that is why metaphorically say asava can go to Brahma world. According to the Dhamma, as long as we cannot attain any higher path and fruition knowledge, there will be asava. Now we have many different classifications of asava. According to Abhidhamma text, we have 4 kinds of asava. Kama asava, that means sensual pleasure. Bhava asava, attachment to better life or higher rebirth or higher existence. Citta asava, attachment to wrong view. Avijja asava, ignorance. All these are called asava. That is why although we say taints or cankers, it cannot cover the meaning of asava. So now, in this Dhamma talk, I will not use English term, taints or cankers. I will use only asava. Then you can understand what does it mean asava. The Buddha delivered this discourse in Savatthi, where he spent many of his lifetime. In many other suttas, you may have listened many times from many Dhamma talker. bhikkhus are discussing something. At the time, the Buddha came to the Dhamma hall, asked what are discussing, then he started delivering some discourse. But sometimes, some bhikkhus or any ordained person ask the question, then the Buddha explains according to their question. Sometimes, many devotees or non-Buddhist ascetics approach the Buddha, ask the question, then the Buddha answer. It becomes a discourse. Sometimes even devas or brahmas approach the Buddha and ask the question, then the Buddha answer. But now in this discourse, nobody asks, nobody approaches the Buddha. It doesn't mention how many bhikkhus are in the Dhamma hall. When Buddha was on the Dhamma throne, he addressed all bhikkhus. This is a reminder that Buddha was going to start delivering a discourse. If he didn't say bhikkhu A or bhikkhus, then many bhikkhus may not know that Buddha was there, and they may keep practicing their own meditation subjects, or they may discover some Dhamma. That's why, to remind that Buddha was going to give Dhamma talk, then he started bhikkhus. The other bhikkhus replied, Bharadavasa. Then the Buddha addressed, bhikkhus, I shall expound to you a discourse on the restraint of all asava. Listen well and pay fully attention. I shall explain now. This is the first passage. It doesn't mention why did the Buddha explain the one, but in the commentary it mentioned. The Buddha wished to explain how to overcome asavas without any remainders. That is why the Buddha explains the discourse. Then here, one more additional explanation of asavas according to commentary of this suttas. Asava also can be a kind of karma, the actions. Action also called asava. The defilements are also called asava. We have many different kinds of defilements. For example, lust or attachment, hatred, delusion, sloth and torpor, doubt. All these things are called defilements. Then we have many kinds of danger caused by asava. They are also called asava. So sometimes the danger or disturbance when accused by others. Sometimes because of doing something wrong, there will be remorse. And sometimes because of some mistakes, somebody are killed by other person or arrested by police or any other. Sometimes someone's body will be born in the hell. All this kind of bad result can be considered as asava, according to the suttas. So after saying that, the Buddha started One who knows and sees can eradicate the asavas. So what does it mean? Know and see. It doesn't mean we can see with our flesh eye. It must be with our wisdom eyes. Then, here knowing and seeing means one who knows what is wise intention and unwise intention. This is called knowing and seeing. One who has wise intention can overcome the asava. One who does not have wise intention cannot overcome the asava. So that means we have two kinds of asava. The asava that has arisen before, or the asava that has never arisen before. So in this very life, we may have many asavas that has already arisen in the past. There are also many asava that has never arisen in the past, many new asava. When we have unwise intention, both of those asava will arise. Then contrary to that, when we have wise intention, we can overcome these two types of asava. So another way, if we have a wise intention, the arisings asava, that means the asava that has already arisen in the past will disappear, or the asava that has not yet arisen in the past will not arise anymore, or will be removed by the path and fruition knowledge. This is the main explanation in the suttas. So here, although we say wise intention, this also in Pali we call yoniso manasikara. Yoniso manasikara can be wise intention, proper intention, or proper consideration. This is called wise intention. Then we can also understand good perceiving all the phenomena as anicca, dukkha, anatta. That kind of understanding is called wise understanding or wise intention. Yoniso manasikara. Then the Buddha addressed again bhikkhus. There are the asavas that should be removed through vision. There are asavas that should be removed through restraint. There are asavas that should be removed through proper use of four requisites. There are asavas that should be removed through forbearance. There are asavas that should be removed through avoidance. There are asavas that should be removed through rejections. And finally, there are asavas that should be removed through cultivations of the enlightenment fetters. Altogether, there are 7 kinds of asavas mentioned in the suttas. Buddha also mentioned how to overcome all these kind of asavas. Now, we will start the first types of asava here. The bhikkhus, what are the asavas that should be removed through vision? Here, the usage vision comes from Pali Chan, dasana. So, vision means the knowledge of insight knowledge. Vision also can be past knowledge. This is a Pali term, dasana. So, the Buddha also used one word, Pala Putujana. Pala, if we say very bad term, it will be like a fool or foolish. Right? Putujana is an ordinary person. But mostly in Pa Auk Toya, we use uneducated ordinary person. We don't use it as a fool or anything. Right? Anyway, here we say Pala Putujana, the one who does not know the truth. This is called Pala. Putujana means one who has many defilements. Here, I should explain the Pali definition. Right? That means one who generates many defilements is called Putujana. Then this is a Pala Putujana. Then the Buddha said, an uneducated ordinary person who has never seen a noble person, who is not skilled or expert in noble Dhamma, who is never trained in the noble Dhamma, does not know what is the Dhamma to be reflected and not to be reflected. This is the first passage. So that means one who has never seen noble person. What does it mean, noble person? So this means one who has never learned from a noble person. That's called acariya. Ariyanan Atasawi. We also have another term, Sappurisa, good person. So we cannot see noble person easily, but we can see good person everywhere. Then, when we see good person or noble person, we can imitate or emulate their lifestyle. Then we have better lifestyle. But here, if we say noble person, sure, he may understand only four noble truths. Not only that, he also mentioned not ski in noble Dhamma. So the Dhamma that makes somebody noble. So by training some kinds of Dhamma, people become noble. That is called noble Dhamma. Then again, have never trained according to the Dhamma. So we are trained by many ways, by many different teachers. We are not trained by Dhamma. Most of us are not trained by the Dhamma. So, then he may not know what to be reflected and what not to be reflected. The not knowing what and what not to be reflected, then he may reflect the Dhamma that shouldn't be reflected. So here again, if we say not knowing. There are many things we don't know. There are many things we don't know to reflect or not to reflect. Then, the Buddha say again, what are the Dhamma that are reflected by an uneducated ordinary person, though they shall not be reflected? Monks. By reflecting certain Dhamma, there arises the defilements of sensual pleasure that has never arisen before, and increase the defilements of sensual pleasure that has already arisen before. This is the Dhamma that we shouldn't be reflected. Then again, Buddha also mentioned other types of asava here. Here the usage of the defilements of sensual desire mean kama asava. So in brief, we have 4 types of asava. Kama asava, sensual desire or sensual pleasure. Bhava asava, attachment to the life. Dita asava, attachment to the wrong view. Or avijja asava, ignorance. Now, if we recall it something, then there will be arisings of defilements of sensual pleasure that has never arisen before. It depends on our mind. We have a very clear example. Venerable Nanda, Buddha's younger brother. He has a very strong attachment to his wife, we can say, Dhammacariya. When the Buddha brought him to the monastery and he was ordained as a bhikkhu, he couldn't meditate well. He just remembered his only wife, beautiful wife. Why is it happen? He just think about her all the time. Recollection of lady. If we recall the things we like, sure, our attachment becomes stronger and stronger. So the main thing is thinking that is desirable or acceptable or agreeable. Second one is recollecting the one again and again. Then the Buddha knew how to overcome it. Brought him to the Devarams. Show many Devas. Then when he was seeing many Deva, Buddha asked, do you like Deva? Yes. Then he said, on the way they have seen a monkey, an old monkey. At the time the Buddha asked Venerable Nanda, do you see the monkey? Yes, I see the monkey. Monkey and your wife, who's more beautiful? He cried at the time. He don't always do this and that kind of things. His mind is not ready to accept that kind of question. Now when seeing the Deva, Buddha asked again, Deva and your wife, who is more beautiful? Then he said, of course Deva. Compared to Deva, my wife is like a monkey. So that means within that's a desirable object. We don't know there's something better than that. There will be attachment. And the Buddha says, Sabba rati Dhamma rati chinati. Delight in Dhamma excels all other delights. So later he came to know Dhamma is better than all the sensual pleasure. Anyway, so if we think that is a desirable object, we also recall that one again and again, the attachment becomes stronger and stronger. Not only that, hatred or anger. It must be undesirable object and disagreeable. We also know that it's undesirable, disagreeable. We recall it that one again and again. Sure, anger becomes stronger and stronger. So this is the thing we should reflect or recall it. Then, the next one. By reflecting a certain Dhamma, there arise the defilements of hankering after better existence that has never arisen before. Then there increase the defilements of hankering after better existence that has already arisen before. So increasing and arising only two. So we wish to get better lifestyle, better existence is normal. So mostly all these things come from wrong view. Or we can also say attachment to the life. If we have attachment to the life, then there will be some wrong view. Anyway, here I should say a story of asava, this Bhavasava. There are 4 ascetics. All of them had attained supernatural powers. Not only one supernatural power, they attained many supernatural powers. Then all of them can go here and there by their psychic powers. One of the ascetic visited Devarams. And one of the ascetics most of the time live in the king's royal park. From time to time, he was invited to visit the palace. Then the next one spent his time in the Naga realms, the Naga's abodes or mansion. You can say dragon or serpent. Another ascetic also has psychic power. Most of the time he spent his time in the Garula, a kind of birds. It can fight against serpents, or it can eat up serpents. All of them are powerful. Deva also powerful, king also powerful, Naga also powerful, Garula also powerful. Now all these 4 ascetics also have their disciples. Although they have many disciples, they have only one main devotees in every individual ascetics. They share their experience in the Devarams, in the palace, and how luxurious the king was, how luxurious the Deva was, how luxurious the Naga, how luxurious the Garula. Then when they had to listen to that kind of discourse every day, their mind inclined to that kind of life. Then whenever they do dana, they observe precepts, or they do meditation, they just make aspiration to be reborn. One is in the Deva realms. One may aspiration to be reborn as a king. One may aspiration to be reborn as a Garula. One may aspiration to be reborn as Naga. So, when they pass away, they were reborn according to their aspiration. For the king and Deva, okay, no problem. They are better. They have better lifestyle. For about the Naga and the Garula, they are animal. So they don't have an intellectual quality like a human being. Although one has gained the throne as the king, but there are many things to do, many depression. Then as a Deva also, there are many attendants, also a lot of enjoyable things. Every day enjoying many different things, but sometimes not that much enjoyable. Then for about the Naga, when seeing its body, not that much happiness. Garula also the same. Unluckily, they also could remember their past lives. We call Jatisara Jnana. Some, you may have also have known some little boy, little girl, they know their past lives. They can talk about their past lives. Similarly, that Deva and that, as I said, that Garula and Naga also have that kind of power. They knew that they had been born as a human being. Now they become animal. Not very happy. And all of them wish to observe precepts. Then unluckily all of them met in one place. In the King's Royal Park, Royal Garden. Then they have to talk about their past lives. Then they know they are different disciples of different teachers. But their teachers are friends. They are also friends. Sorry. Then what about the king of the Deva? Deva means he is not ordinary Deva, king of Deva, Saka. Then another is the king. Okay, they are human. They have better lifestyle, so acceptable for them. For two of the devotees who has been born as a Naga and a Garula, fee removes. Then they said, we have associated with a bad teacher, one who cannot guide us properly. That's why we have a wrong existence. So that means defilements or attachment to better existence is also asava. If we have attachment to the life, sure, we have to be reborn in that kind of life again. Then is asava. Monks, by reflecting certain Dhamma, there arises the defilements of ignorance that has never arisen before. And increase the defilements of ignorance that has arisen before. If not yet arisen, it will cause the arising of the defilements. If it has already arisen, it will be decreased, it will be increased. This is ignorance. We call avijja. Sometimes we also use moha. So, if we say avijja, people may get confused. That means not knowing. Sometimes, because of not learning, we may not know many things. This is not ignorance. For example, I have never learned how to drive a car. I don't know how to drive a car. This is not ignorance. Similarly, I don't know how to use sewing machine. This is not really ignorance. This is not learning. Yeah, ignorance means one who does not know the truth nature of the Dhamma. Or one who cannot understand causal relationship, the arisings of causal relationship. This can be considered as a avijja, ignorance. So, when ignorance arises, we cannot see the truth. We cannot understand causal relationship. When we can overcome ignorance, avijja, we can know the truth. Then we can also understand the causal arisings of dependent origination. In this sutta, it just mentioned only 3 kinds of asava: sensual pleasure, and attachment to the existence, and ignorance. It doesn't mention attachment to the wrong view, ditthasava. Actually, ditthasava is also included in bhavasava, attachment to the life. So if someone has that kind of asava, then it will increase unwholesome deeds. Then again, the Buddha continues. What are the Dhamma that are not reflected by an educated person, although they should be reflected? Okay, it should be later. Also, the Buddha also asked another question. What are the Dhamma that an educated person reflected, although they should not be reflected? There are the Dhammas, especially about the wrong view. The uneducated ordinary person will unwisely reflect thus: have I had been born in the past? 1. 2. Have I not been born in the past? 3. Who was I in the past? 4. How was I in the past? 5. What is my second past lives? This means before this past lives, what's another past lives? These are the things that cause the wrong view. So we can find all this kind of explanation only in this sutta, Sabbasava Sutta. So 5 kinds of doubt about the past lives. So everybody know. You may also have asked to yourself, have I been born in the past? Or have I not been born in the past? If I have been born in the past, who am I? At the time I was a king or a queen or a maybe traders, merchants, or minister, or mistress, or what kind of things? What kind of living beings? How am I? This means what is my appearance? Am I tall or short or medium size, round shape or square or what kind of shape? Then before that life, what will be the next life? What's another past lives? So these are doubt about the past. Similarly, we also have a doubt about the future. Will I be born in the future? That's number 1. 2. Will I not be born in the future? 3. Who will I be? 4. How will I be? 5. What is my second future lives? After next life, what will be the next life? So these are also doubt about the future. But for about the present, we have 6 kinds of doubt. Do I exist? So then it will be a little bit confusing for you. They may get confused with aggregate. So this means, do my aggregates exist? We have 5 aggregates. You may think, I don't have 5 aggregates, I have only 4 aggregates maybe, sometimes. Doubt about the present life. And you may not think, oh, I don't have any more aggregates, only no aggregates maybe. Then again, do I not exist? That means, do my aggregates not exist? Who am I? Sometimes we also ask ourselves, who am I? We don't know ourselves. Then again, how am I? Actually, these two refer to atta, self or soul. Sometimes we have a kind of wrong idea, self, atta, or soul. Then the ancient times, there are some non-Buddhist ascetics. They believe that there is an everlasting entity or soul. It goes one body to another body. Although people pass away, the self never pass away. It goes to another body, then it becomes a living being. Then when the person passes away, then go to another body, it becomes another person. Although living being pass away, the everlasting entity, the self or soul, never die. According to Buddha's teaching, all the nama rupas are arising and perishing within one finger snap many times. Millions of times rise and perish even within one finger snaps. So, here, who am I or how am I? This means the self or soul. Is this round shape, square shape, what kind of shape? And that kind of doubt. Then again, from which existence do I came here? So before this life, what is my past life? Again, what will be my future existence? Number 6. Altogether we have 16 kinds of doubt, according to Sabbasava Sutta. How can we overcome this kind of doubt about present, past, and future? We have one steps or one method in the seven purification. The purifications of overcoming doubt. According to the procedure, it's in the fourth. Very beginning one is purifications of morality. The second one, purifications of the mind, concentration. The third, purifications of the view, discerning nama rupa. The fourth, purifications of overcoming doubt. At the time, we have to discern past and in present cause a relationship, and in present and in future cause a relationship. When following nama rupas to the past, after discerning or seeing karma in the past lives, kilesa in the past lives, that karma and kilesa produce the present lives, then we can overcome doubt about the past. Similarly, if we can know cause a relationship in this very life, then we can overcome doubt about present. Present causes and future results. If we can discern cause and relationship, discerning future lives, then we can overcome doubt about the future. So in brief, this kind of doubt can be overcome when practicing vipassana, the second stage of vipassana, cause apprehending knowledge. Then when someone has all these kind of thoughts, these are unwise thoughts, then we shouldn't reflect or recall it. If we recall it, it will be endless. What will be my past life? What will be my second past life? Fourth past life? It will be endless. What will be? How is myself? So sure, it will be endless. We cannot see it. So when recollecting that kind of things or reflecting that kind of things, there will be some kinds of wrong view. In the Sutta it mentioned 6 kinds of wrong view that may arise. Number 1, I have self. Here in Bali we use atime atta. Here atta means everlasting entity or eternal view. Based on eternal view, then the wrong view holder may think there will be self inside our body, self or soul inside the body. Then again, number 2, I do not have self. So we can say, if we translate, I have a non-self, then you may misunderstand, right? Non-self is a Buddha teaching, sure. But in Pali we use nati me atta. It doesn't mention ati me anatta. That's why we cannot say anatta. Nati me atta. I don't have self. So that means life is endless. Life will be end after death, no more rebirth. annihilation view. Annihilation view. This is also a kind of wrong view. We call Uchita Ditti. So if we can know causal relationship, there's a future, there's a past. Then if we cannot know causal relationship, sure, we may not believe future existence. Then again, number 3, I know self through self. So based on the self, we can know another self. In Pali we call Atanawa, Atana, Sanjanati. So here the usage, Sanjanati. Sanjanati means very close to perception aggregate. So that means thinking perception aggregate as self. Then the perception aggregate can know or other aggregate as self. And almost all the listeners know 5 aggregate already. Material aggregate, feeling aggregate, perception aggregate, formation aggregate, and consciousness aggregate. Among the 5, he considers perception as self. All other also self actually. So this means he considers all the aggregates are self. You can say 5 aggregates means 5 selves or 5 souls. So perception aggregates can know all other aggregates as a self. Then again, Atanawa, Anadana, Sanjanati. So at the time, he thought, perception is self. All other aggregates are non-self. Does it mean, I know, number 4, I know non-self through the self. So this means based on perception aggregates as a self, then he could know all other aggregates as a non-self. Then the next one, number 5 will be easy. I know self through non-self. At the time, perception will be non-self. All aggregate will be self. Number 6, self or soul can speak, can feel, and enjoy the days of good and bad result of the karma in the existences. It is everlasting entity like the sun or the moon exists all the time. So that means like although we pass away, the sun and the moon remain. Similarly, although we pass away, our self or soul will remain like an everlasting entity. This is also called wrong view. Then the Buddha continues. This is a jungle of wrong view. This is a desert of wrong view. This is a thorny spike of wrong view. This is agitation of wrong view. This is the factor of wrong view. Here the Buddha used metaphor, like a jungle. So if you have been to a very deep forest, when you lost all the direction, you cannot go out of the forest. The more you go around, the more you see deeper forests. It will be endless. Here like a desert, like a Sahara, very white. So if we go through the desert, we have to bring many things. If we cannot bring many provisions, sure, on the way we will be thirsty, hungry, we will die. Then also mention here, thorny spike. When we are going to remove one thorn with another thorn, two of them can be broken on our flesh. So now, in this case, when we had wrong view, the right view will disappear automatically. These two are opposites. That's why the word I just said is like a thorn. Another one is agitation, restlessness or shaken by the wrong view. Then we have one statement here in the commentary. From time to time I also say somewhere, Putrujano Omatako. Right? Putrujano Omatako means all the worldly people are crazy. Then similarly, if we follow wrong view, then we become crazy, intoxicants. We're going to try to hold only our own idea, our own view. We are not ready to accept others' idea, others' view. Although it's right and acceptable. Then this is called craziness or madness. And here the Buddha uses agitation. This means shaken by wrong view. So not so stable. Now this, now that. The last one is like a factor. Actually we just use English one. In Pali we call samyojana. Because it's like a bind or bonds. If we tie up two animals together, they will struggle two ways, two directions. Then both of them will be very terrible. We have to suffer for it. The more they struggle, the more they have to suffer. But they tied up together. Similarly now, the wrong view leads us opposite directions. Whether we wish to follow or we don't wish to follow, we must follow it. If we follow wrong view. Then, after explanation of that, the Buddha going to use monks and educated noble disciples who has seen, educated noble person, opposite to that. Previously, uneducated person. Then they thought self, especially holding wrong view. There's also asava. The monks, the educated noble disciple who has seen noble person, and who is expert in noble Dhamma, who is trained in according with noble Dhamma, knows what Dhamma to be reflected and not to be reflected. So that means when someone has already learned and trained according to the Dhamma, that he may know what to be reflected and what not to be reflected. The monks, what are the Dhamma not to be reflected and to be reflected? Actually, the Buddha repeats all the previous statements. That means if we reflect the thing we shouldn't reflect it, asava will arise. If we reflect the thing we should reflect, then asava will disappear. This is the main things. Then, when we reflect something we shouldn't reflect, there will be many defilements. Then, if one can reflect wisely, or the thing we should reflect, there will be improving wholesome deeds, removing asavas. Then what should be reflected now? He wisely reflects that this is the noble truth of suffering. This is the origin of suffering. This is the cessation of suffering. This is the path leading to the cessation of suffering. By reflecting thus, he can eradicate the identity view, doubt, attachment to the mere rules and ritual. So that means by practicing Noble Eightfold Path, Sila, Samadhi and Panya. What does it mean? Reflection here. Without reflections or recollection, we cannot do anything. We call anusati. For example, when you are practicing anapanasati, you have to reflect or recall it, the breath all the time. Similarly, when you practice Buddhanusati, you have to reflect or recollect Buddha's quality all the time. Then there will be concentration. This is Sama, Samadhi. Especially when you can take first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, there will be right concentration. Although you cannot attain jhana, because of the objects like the four elements or Buddhanusati, you may take only asset concentration. This also can be right concentration. So when we have right concentration, there can be right mindfulness, then right efforts, automatically. This is the training of mind or concentration training. If we have concentration, then we can also know the noble truth of suffering. The noble truth of suffering means we have to know the five clinging aggregates. Material aggregate, feeling aggregate, perception aggregate, formation aggregate, and consciousness aggregate. In every mental process, in every single mind moment, we can understand five aggregates. Based on that, we also can proceed the second steps of training or practicing. That is Samudaya Satya, the noble truth of the origin of suffering. That is actually dependent origination. Because origin of avijja, sankhara arise, cause and cause relationship. Then again, that noble truth, the noble truth of the cessations of suffering, that's really cessations of all the nama and rupa, then nibbana. So, here I have to say some remaining words. What does it mean? Educated person. According to the text, educated noble disciple means one who has attained the mature insight knowledge from the knowledge of equanimity toward formation. There's a very high knowledge already. The knowledge towards, so the equanimity toward formation. Sankharuppekha jnana. We call Sikkhapada Vipassana. Then, if someone has attained that kind of knowledge, that's called educated person. If someone could attain path and future knowledge, sure, this is a really educated person. Then, This is the first part of Sabbasava Sutta. So one more thing here. What kind of insight knowledge or contemplation can overcome asavas? To understand Fundamental Truth is not that much easy, it's too high for Anapana practitioners. Right? You also have to discern all kinds of mental process, all kinds of rupa klavas. You also have to see your past lives, causal relationship, future lives, causal relationship. You also have to proceed many kind of contemplation. For example, like a 5 brigade method, Namarupa method, dependent origination, also 14 ways of discernment, 14 doors, then 7 ways of rupas, 7 ways of namas, and many methods actually. It's not that much easy to know Namarupa or to achieve that kind of things. Then if someone has particular meditation subjects, so we can overcome the asavas. If we don't have any special meditation subject, we cannot overcome. And one more thing here. When practicing anapanasati, there's a concept. If we analyze unnecessarily, then there will be many bad things. Unexpected things will come to see you. Then they will say goodbye within a short time. So that is why, make it simple. There will be better result automatically. Now for about the Vipassana practitioners, we have 3 kinds of contemplation: anicca, dukkha, anatta. By practicing anicca, or by understanding the nature of anicca clearly, we can also overcome some kinds of wrong view. Okay, here I should use some Pali words. We have 3 kinds of developments in insight knowledge or vipassana. The first one is apanihita. Apanihita means the one that's free from aspiration by lust or attachment. Another one is animita. That one is free from the signs of perversion or wrong idea. The last one is sunyata. That one is free from self, the perceptions of self. So if we say in other words, by contemplating all the namarupa as a dukkha, we can overcome kamasava, the defilements of sensual pleasure. By contemplating anicca, impermanence, we can overcome bhavasava, free from attachment to better existence. Now by contemplating anatta, we can overcome the self. Also, another we can say avijjasava, ignorance. So these are the way to overcome according to meditations. Now all of you are practicing. We have many different steps, many different things to learn in this sutta. So today, among these 7 asavas, I have finished only 1 of 7. Maybe next week I have to continue second group. If possible, I will continue maybe third group maybe. So may you all be able to train according to Buddha's teaching. As a result, may you all be able to realize the truth and realize the Nibbana. Okay, now we have time. Any question? Yonisamanasikara. How can we develop Yonisamanasikara? Okay, now finally mention understanding Four Noble Truths. Right? Among the Four Noble Truths. Then the last Noble Truth, Magga-Satcha. The Noble Truth of the path leading to the cessation of suffering. It comprises of 8. You can say Noble Eightfold Paths. So among the Noble Eightfold Paths, you know already, Sila, Samadhi, Panya. If we summarize again, right? So that means as long as you are following Bhikkhu rules, you have Yonisamanasikara. You must also know how to avoid or how to train. The next one is concentration. Right? Samma vaca, samma kammanta, samma ajima amorality, samma vayama, samma sati, samma samadhi are concentration. So when you have concentration, that means when you have meditation subjects, you have Yonisamanasikara. Then again, Panya, Samadhi and Sammasankappa. This is also actually understanding full of Four Noble Truths. Also understanding Nama Rupa, causal relationship. Then there will be insight knowledge, path and function knowledge, they are surely wise addition. So, in brief, as long as defilement does not arise in you, this is the Yonisamanasikara. When defilement arises, or when generating or increasing defilements, then there will be unwise manasikara, ayonisamanasikara. Okay? So what about things that cause the arising of defilements? There's ayonisamanasikara. So what about things that cause the arising of knowledge, concentration, morality, or clear vision? That can be considered as a wise addition or Yonisamanasikara. Okay. Nama Rupa? Without object, Nama cannot arise. When we know the object of Nama, we can know what's the cause. Right? Now what's your object of the mind? Right? It can be the sound, it can be me, eye or ear. Right? So similarly, there are many objects that arise and perish. Taking objects, mind will arise. That's why we can see the past, we can see the future. See Nama Rupa. Probably the Rupa, sure. By seeing rupa, we can know male or female or anything. Right? Deva or Brahma. Deva may have different types of rupas. Then human being may have different types of rupas. So by seeing rupas, we can say, this is it. Devas, this is a male, this is a female. So we just follow Namarupa to the past, we can see. That again. Okay, today a heavy topic maybe, yeah? Right? Very heavy topic. Any more? Siddha. As long as you can understand causal relationship, we cannot say wrong view. In the sense of wrong view, it doesn't mean you know or you understand cause and effect relationship. For example, in brief, we have two types of wrong view. One is about the world system. One is about the living beings. Another one becomes another about the self or soul. Everlasting entity. That kind of wrong view mostly. Then almost all the wrong view may say no life, the no cause effect relationship. Ahetuka. Causeless, conditionless. Ahetuka. Then there's no benefit of offering, observing morality. That's can be called natikaditi. Nati dina, nati yita. Although you offer, is it useless? Right? That's me, nati dina, nati. This is also wrong view. Now the acariya diti. Although you do good or bad things, it's not your actions. It's just natural. Right? So that kind of wrong view, this is also another type of wrong view. So especially wrong view may mention there's no future lives. After death, no more. That means uchita. Right? Annihilation view. Then after that, we cannot stop rebirth. Right? That's the nature. So that means life will be endless. Or maybe after many years or many lifespans, then no more life automatically, for example. Right? That kind of thing also can be uchita by itself. Limited maybe. After 500 lives, no more, for example. Limited. That kind of thing also can be wrong view. Then life will be never end all the time. This is actually sattva-ditthi. Eternal view, eternalism. So, in your question mentioned because of kusala, sila or dana, then reborn in the devaras, the cause-effect relationship. Dana is the cause, reborn is the effect. We're going to say wrong view. Okay.
She's asking if you could please explain more detail the meaning of an educated person.
The meaning of educated person or uneducated person? Educated person. Oh. It's very short, surely. If I say in detail, okay, the first thing is inside knowledges. Among the inside knowledges, we will call vipassana, before attaining path and fruition knowledge. There's a special steps. We call Sankharopeka equanimity toward formation. So that means you don't have any attachment. If we say your mind is free from like or dislike, this is called equanimity. So your mind will not neither like or no dislike to, and no attachment to formations. This means all kinds of aggregates. That's a kind of insight knowledge. Then, after that, we have only a few more steps to attain path and fruition knowledge. At the end of that knowledge, there will be only one mental process. That's within one finger snap, you can finish. Shorter than one finger snap, you can attain path and fruition knowledge. That one is called Sankharopeka. So almost all the bodhisattva and almost all the great disciple, chief disciple, had practiced that kind of insight knowledge in their previous life. Or nowadays also is possible to practice that kind of things. Then when we achieve that kind of insight knowledge, then this can be considered as an educated person or wise person. Okay?
What if someone has
Sankharopeka jnana.
or but he don't have skill to explain Dhamma,
Mm-hmm.
can start studying Bahu Sutta.
Okay, we have two different things here. Okay? Sutta, Buddha and Anu-Buddha, two different things. Okay? Sutta, Buddha means by learning also you can know many of Buddha's teaching, many ways of practicing. By learning you can also know how to practice anapanasati, how to practice kasina, how to practice immaterial jhana, how to practice psychic power, insight knowledge. By learning also possible. This is Sutta Buddha. Right? They may know many ways to explain for one subject or one meditation subject. For the Anu Buddha, like you say, one who attained path and fruition knowledge, but have never learned any Tipitaka. They may be able to explain what they know, what they see. Right? Sometimes they cannot find any special words to explain, for example. So it can be like that. Even Pajjika Buddha, they know but they cannot explain. Maybe they can explain up to some level, but not that much in detail like a Buddha. Okay?
Asava and Vidisa. So what is the similar and different?
Okay, not much difference. Asava means intoxicants. Intoxicants of the mind. Right? Defilements means that defile the mind, that make your mind impure. So actually, the same Dhamma, a different name. Actually, kilesa or defilements are a little bit wider than asava. Asava will comprise only three types of nama: lobha, ditthi, moha. If we say kilesa, it comprises 10. Right?
Bodhisattva adopted parami to be from Buddha.
Mhm.
So we can say that is Theravada.
Actually, all the asava he has. All the asava he has. Right? So as soon as he makes aspiration, so this is actually already ditthi. Loba ditthi already. Right? So he also, Bodhisattva also has sure. Bhavasava, Ditthasava, Avijjasava, all the asava. But when he attains Buddhahood, then no more asava.
Bhante just now mentioned kilesa comprised of 10. Can Bhante mention which 10?
Loba, dosa, moha, mana, ditthi, vicikicca, and tina, uddhacca, ahirika, anuttappa, altogether 10. Prajna. Mostly, if they cannot practice, they will complain like that. This is normal. Right? So, there are many people. They say, no need morality, we just vipassana. No need concentration, just vipassana. We have many people like that. It's impossible. So, according to the 7 purifications, this means we have many different types of order. Okay, we have like a point, Desana Kama. When the Buddha gave Dhamma talk, he may arrange everything properly, one after another, according to the listener's condition. But when we practice, we must follow Patipatikama, the order of practicing. That means 7 purifications, one after another. The first purification is the purification of morality. Also important. That means physically, maybe bodily or bhava action must be pure. If someone has impure bhava and bodily actions, cannot feel happy. Without happiness, cannot concentrate. Then the second step, purification of the mind. This is the jhana. Without purifications of the mind, we cannot see the truth. When mind becomes pure, we can see the truth. So that means Dhyana Namarupa must be based on concentration. So although many people say we just practice vipassana, we don't need to practice sila or samadhi, there's only fake vipassana. It cannot be real vipassana. Real vipassana practitioner cannot hold that kind of wrong view. They may have a stronger faith in Buddha. They may believe in the Buddha. The Buddha himself explained many things about anapanasati in many suttas. Buddha himself explained many things about samatha in many different suttas. So, if someone does not have faith in trainings, 3 trainings, that means this is only a fake vipassana, not real vipassana. Okay. Then, any more?
How is a good person if a person is know about unwholesome and wholesome? So that one can be called a good person.
Knowing good and bad, we cannot say good person. Right? Knowing is knowing. Doing only good things for yourself, good for others, it will be good person. I will know good and bad by learning, right? But if we cannot practice practically, this is not going to be a good person. Okay. the normal, right? We can share merits.